the last segment of the problem solving on third. I will move to 48 numbers now. So 48 says represent this 1 by root 2 as 2 minus root 2. That means if I simplify this, I will get this number. So nothing to worry, just go on calculating. If I say it like that, so as it is in the fraction of the denominator, it will come up on the numerator directly, and the remaining thing will be as it is. Now I have to free it with a conjugate number, so I will multiply it. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1 here, so if I multiply it, so I will get 2 minus root 2. So you can see that it matches with the required number. Okay, so moving to 49. 49, it says a plus root 8 whole square is written in the form of c plus d root 2, and where a, c, d belongs to integer, then find item of a for c and d. So you have to find c and d in form of a. Okay, so let me do direct calculation. There is nothing much to worry. If I do the square of that, a square plus b square is 8 plus 2 into a into root 8. So this is equal to d root 2. Now anything third and in integer can be clubbed together. This is the integer part, and this is your third part. So if I assume that this both are equal as per the condition, so this part should be equal to the integer, this part should be the equal to the third. So a square plus 8 is equal to c. So c is represented in the form of this, and 2a root 8 is equal to d root 2. So that means d is equal to 2a root 8 by root 2. So if I calculate, this will be 4 root 2. So 4 root 2 means 2, that means 4a. So that means d is equal to 4a. So you can easily, c is equal to this and d is equal to 4a. So this will be the representative of c and d in form of a. So coming to the last problem in this third. So this says, this is bit a exceptional problem, so you have to consider on that. A is a geometric sequence. Okay. Then a given that root x minus 1 and root x plus 1 are first three terms of S, where S is the geometric series. Okay, find the value of x and the value of x. This is that problem. First problem is that if these three terms, root x minus 1 and root x plus 1 are the three consecutive terms. So prior to that, let me explain the geometric series. geometric series is such, geometric series is that where all terms means consecutive terms. This is a kind of series where consecutive terms are related with same ratio. That means if I say that any series which is let's say A, B, C, D are in a geometric series, then B by A is equal to C by B is equal to D by C and so on. That means the next term to the first term, the ratio is consecutively will be equal. That means if I take the first two terms, the second term by first term will be if it is the ratio is some ratio, let's say it is R, then if I do C by B, I will get the same ratio R, and the consecutively the next fourth term by third term, and any terms further two consecutive terms, if I take the ratio, I will get the same ratio. This is called the series are in a geometric progression or geometric sequence. So assuming that the series here it is also in the same form as where the first three terms means this one are in geometric series, then from that I can say the second term by the first term will be equal to the third term by the second term is also to be equal as per the definition of geometric progression. Now what I do, I will cross multiply this, so I will get root x square minus 1 square is equal to 1 square here, or that will be x and 1 will be this side 2, so x is equal to 2 for this case. So you have to find the x value, so x you can find easily. Okay. The next part of that is, if that also implies that S is a geometric series, then next part it need to show that fifth term of S is 7 plus 5 root 2. Now this is bit theoretical. You have to understand how I have to reach there. Now the first three terms already said this is root x minus 1 and further it has not said anything. Now you have found already the x value. So from there, if I see, so if I can tell this one, this ratio, let's say R, and the same thing will follow there is equal to R. So what is R there? So R, if it is seems to be a different one, but if I calculate it with a third, it will give you the same value as this one. So I can take this value as R. Now how will I use it R? Now I have to establish some relation. Now earlier I have explained, if A, B, C, D are in geometric series, then B by A is equal to C by B is equal to D by C, all can be said as R. So how these terms are related? Now B, if I take this terms equalize with R, so B is equal to A into R. Now similarly, if I do it here, C will be A into B into R. Now as I know B is equal to AR, so if I put this value here, so it will be AR square, and then similarly D is equal to CR. If I put the B value C value here, it will be A into R cube. So you can see this is your second term, this is your third term, this is your fourth term. So if I represent it in the same manner, so that it will give you some means similarity to represent the terms. So when that second term is coming, I can represent it a r to the power 2 minus 1, second minus 1. Similarly, I can represent it as 3 minus 1 in the third term. I can represent it fourth 4 minus 1 in the fourth term. So any number, any term Tn can be represented as a r to the power n minus 1, where n is the nth term representing. In every case, you can see this is the term number minus 1. This is the common representation, and here a and r are same always. So what is a? A is the first term for this series, and r is the common ratio for this series, and n is the nth term. So what is the term on the position of that term? So from that, if I can establish the any term on any geometric series represented by a into r n minus 1. So for this case, I have to calculate fifth term. So fifth term would be a into r n minus 1. Here I know the values of all. A is equal to, the first term of this is root x minus 1, that means root 2 minus 1. R is already set, root 2 plus 1, and n is equal to 5. Now if I put these values here, what I will get? I will get a is equal to root 2 minus 1 and r is equal to root 2 plus 1 whole power of n minus 1 means 5 minus 1, isn't it? So root 5 minus 1, and this will be root 2 plus 1 whole to the power 4. Now you have to elaborate this. Now whole 4 formula you might not know, so you can break it into part. First we have to do square of this, then further again square of this. So if I do one square of this, I will get root 2 plus 1 3, root 2 root 2 means 3 plus 2 root 2. Then I have to do square of that. Now in the next step, I can calculate the remaining thing. So it will be root 2 minus 1, and further calculating square of that, 3 square 9, and here it is 8, 9 and 8 17, plus 2 into 3 6, plus into 2 12 root 2. So this way you can solve it. Now you calculate this, 17 root 2 minus 17 plus 12 into 2 means 24 I will get here, and further minus 12 root 2. So if I calculate 12 is 5 root 2 and 24, that means equal to 5. So your ultimate answer is 5 into root 2 plus 1. Okay, so this is a bit a different problem, but it is very useful to know what is the different combination of mathematics. This is one different subject that I will teach you in any other videos, but for now you just understand how I explained it. Okay, so thank you for now. This is the end of the problem solving on CERT. I will, as I said earlier, that I will say something on numbers further, because some of the topics that are left behind I need to explain it to you, and that I will continue on the next videos. Okay, thank you.